Hey folks, welcome back. What is this, week 4? 5? Something like that. 5. Anyways, let's see, 2003 is where we're starting at this year. Week, sorry. Well, 2002 was the last year for the Horrorwood Maze, so the next year I believe it became Hatchet High, which was loosely based on all the tropes of high school horror movies, prom night, etc. I didn't go to that maze. There was another new maze in the park this year besides that one, called Mangler's Asylum, or the Asylum for short. I decided to go to that one. It sounded like fun. Pretty much an abandoned asylum where the lunatics were left behind to take over, if I'm remembering right, the basic premise. Now, I'm not going to go room by room with this one because I can't remember all the rooms. I mean, it was a ward room, I think, with some shoddy cot type beds, springs popping up and that kind of thing. There was a bathroom with someone puking and, anorexia, whatever, puking in the toilet, and the bathroom looked grody. There was a room with ballooning out walls, so like you're just claustrophobia pretty much. Like you were shrinking, whatever. No, the room was shrinking. Remember there was a big baby, like someone who thought he was a baby kind of thing as an adult, wearing a onesie and a bonnet type thing, and pacifier and all that stuff. There was my room, which was the shock therapy room, which was, I think, the best. There was a boiler room with and some other stuff. I can't remember all of it. That's just a few things I can remember. We had some psycho sexy nurses, the scars and stuff painted on their faces, and it's almost like some of the staff went crazy and joined the mental patients and were taken over. Anyway, I was in the shock therapy room. I just had this hospital gown over, I think, a pair of sweats and a t-shirt or something. Kind of old man mask. And I had a bowl on my head which had electrodes coming out of it, like I was, wearing the thing for a electric chair almost. So I was Electro, or whatever they called my character. Shock therapy patient / doctor. It was fun. In my room, in one corner, they had a Jacob's ladder up behind in a little alcove in the wall behind some mesh wiring, so people wouldn't be able to mess with it. We had a table with a dummy on it that was hooked to a air piston machine that would every couple of seconds shake and rattle like it was being electrocuted, with a strobe light behind it so you could see the effect, of course. And over it was a pair of jumper cables for your car, and they were real jumper cables. So my, at the time, sort of masochistic self thought it would be fun to take the jumper cables, the clamps, and put them on my arm or hands or wherever they would fit, and let them full force. Just kind of, I hold my hand up like I was hanging from it, kind of, you know. But I would let the clamps on my hand. It didn't really hurt. I mean, I left some good marks though. And everyone thought I was really crazy for doing that, but maybe a little bit. But no, that was fun. Nothing really too exciting happened. This girl came through that was a friend of mine at the time. Sorry to fly or something flying over my head. But who came through. At the time, she was young and cute, and barely legal. I think she was a little younger than me. No, she actually, yeah, she's a couple years younger than me, and she liked to be a flirt, and her and a girlfriend of hers, they went and there used to be a ride at the park called Perilous Plunge, and it was just a boat ride. You go up, and you would take up a lift, you go around this big U-turn, then you drop down, and it would splash you, get you wet. Kind of like a log ride, but it was a big boat with like 100 people across, and so not really a flume ride, but kind of. And there was a bridge at the bottom. You could stand on it, you could get splashed as the boat came down. Well, back then, 03, Avril Lavigne was still big, so her and her friend kind of did the whole Avril look, you know, white tank top and everything, and they got soaked. It was a tradition with some people to stand there and get soaked at around 10 o'clock at night, get splashed 10 times by the ride. I'm not sure how many people did that, but I know she did, and a few others. Well, she came through and was making a joke that I couldn't touch her because we're not allowed to touch guests. But I knew her, so I was funny and put my arm around her, walked with her to the next room, which was the boiler room. And then a family friend of hers, who she called her uncle, kind of took over from there. Like, she went and saw him, and he had a butcher knife and a plastic one, obviously, and as a smart ass, taps him on his shoulders, "Can I borrow your knife?" kind of thing, and you know, it was being funny. And then she walked with him the rest of the way. But there was that. Actually, she later became my wife, and well, now ex-wife, but that was years later. But anyway, I'm trying to think. But yeah, there was really nothing else that I could think. They started being a new maze. It was really fun. Had a good time scaring people. I almost had a heart attack actually in that maze. Because there was a girl I was kind of sort of dating that worked there in another maze. But she gave me a energy pill, like the kind you could buy at the gas station back in the day. Because I was just dead tired that night. And I know she bought a couple packs of them just for herself. And she gave me one, and then I went and I don't know if they still make them, but there was an energy drink back in the day called No Fear. I don't know if they still make them or not. I haven't. bought energy drinks in a while. But I downed like 3 of those as well. So one night I'm sitting there and I'm like, the heart's beating super fast. I was just so hyped up on energy, the pill, and then the energy drinks, and the coffee on top of that. Oh, and Pixie Sticks. We love Pixie Sticks. So yeah. That was a rough night. I had to tell my breaker, hey, you need to come in. I need to get outside, take my mask off, lay down, get some fresh air, drink some water, etc. So I did that, and I was fine after that. But yeah, there wasn't many too interesting stories from that year. There was a bit of drama that year with music. That was kind of funny. I think, and there was some problems with like upper management staff trying to come down on us for certain things that we didn't really think needed to be worried about. It was kind of a drama year for everybody in the park, not just us. I can't remember all of it. I'm not even going to go into too much detail. But I think there was one night where, towards the end, our sound guy decided to change up the music from the whatever, just stock sound effects and music they were using, to using, I think they did Sanitarium by Metallica, fitting, and maybe a couple Rob Zombie tracks. I think from like Out the House as a corporate soundtrack. But yeah, I think that was the year we also had people coming through. What was that year? That song, that rap song, the Superman, or whatever it was called, came out, and that was a big thing. People were doing the whole dance to it as they walked through. And then I believe that was the year. Sorry, moved me up a bit, just regarding that. Help refresh my memory. No, sorry, that was not that year. When that dance craze, because I was another maze that year. Sorry, I was thinking something from 06. Sorry. Anyway. No, I don't know, maybe. Sorry, so it's 20 years ago. Brain's a little hazy from that year. Anywho. Yeah, 04 I didn't work, so I'm just going to add that to this one, so that way next week I skip to 05. Also give this video more length. So yeah, 2004 I was going to try and work as well. Probably go back to the same maze. But I had a graveyard shift security job. And they wouldn't give me the time off to work the event. So I ended up not working that into the next year. But I would come every night I had off. So at least 2 nights a week I would go. And no, I couldn't just do part-time Monster and do my regular job, because at least at the time when they hired you, you had to be fully available for the whole run. Because we were Wednesday through Sunday. 6 or 6:30 till 1 on Wednesday and Thursday and Sunday, and then until 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. And then the last week we ran 7 days straight, or 6 or 7. We would call it Hell Week. So like the week before Halloween, you'd have 1 day off, and then Halloween week, like then, so that next week going into Halloween, we had work straight through. Actually, I think sometimes we used to work the entire 2 weeks straight through. It's been a while since they've done that. Things have changed since I worked it. So yeah, that was an interesting year as well, because a lot of my friends were like, "You're always here. Why didn't you just work it?" I'm like, "I'm only here on my nights off." Or I got a day shift that day, and they give me a different account or whatever. So, this was MySpace days, and I met some girl on MySpace who happened to be working it that year. And she's like, "Well, I can get you a discounted ticket if you want to, come one night," because I was going to be there anyway. But I was like, "Sure." So she met up with me, and we got tickets, and then I ended up going home with her that night afterwards. Didn't know she had a boyfriend. So we went to her house, we were watching a movie, and then I think it was The Grudge or The Ring, one of the two. The original Japanese version. And well, it ended up being a one night stand. She ended up kicking me out before her boyfriend got home. And I'm like, "You had a boyfriend?" I knew I would never have done that, but whatever. Don't know where she is anymore, I don't care. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, so that about covers 03 and 04. Next week will be 2005. Again, that'll probably be a shorter video like this one, because that was a weird year for me. But yeah, that's about it. Do the things, push that, push this. Have a great night, morning, whenever you're seeing this. I really need to download another video app so you can get green screen. That way I'm not always have the same stupid background. But anyway, if you guys know any good free video programs I can download to my laptop that would give me a good background to do, let me know. Without having to buy one of those green screen things behind me. Anywho, alright, have a good one. Take care. See you next week.